This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Carbonite. Coming up on Destructoid, Metal Gear Rising gets a campy live-action trailer, Mr. Destructoid is in Monday Night Combat, and just in time for our 300th episode, our first look at God of War Ascension. Madness? This is Destructoid! And then I kick him off the ledge.
Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
Happy 300th episode, Max.
300 episodes.
Look
wow.
what our producer got us.
Look at that.
It's Corbel Champagne.
Yes.
So yeah, today is our 300th episode. Obviously, this counts all the little E3 and PAX news updates, things we do. So it's not technically our 300th studio episode, but oh god, it's coming. Okay, just don't point it at me. That's what she said. Oh dear. Wonderful. So yeah, we wanted to thank you guys, our viewers, for helping us get this far and for being awesome fans. We really do appreciate everything you guys do for us. And I actually brought a little present of my own, Max.
What did you? Really?
Not to be outdone by this champagne, but I got you a Werther's Original.
Oh my god, you're such an old lady. You carry toffees around with you.
I do sometimes.
That's so cool. Well, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Wait for the cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys. Thank you for watching all these silly internet videos
Yeah.
we put up. It's
this is actually not the biggest milestone.
No,
like it's
sir.
pretty big,
No.
but we're about to hit 75,000 YouTube subscribers.
Yeah,
and we're a couple
broke
thousand away or something.
70K a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
And we're
gonna have a big contest.
Crazy contest. Dirty, nasty.
We're not gonna tell you what it is
stinky
yet, though,
contest.
because we don't know yet.
But yeah, tomorrow, because we don't do a show tomorrow, of course, they're gonna have news about Skyrim DLC. That's the thing that they announced on the Elder Scrolls Twitter. Also, the Kinect patch goes live, so dust off that Dragon disc and pop that into your Xbox or whatever you're playing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So anyway, into the show. One game I know you guys are chomping at the bit for is Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, and we've been waiting on more info for this game for. It was first unveiled in like 2009, and after being momentarily canceled and subsequently resurrected by Platinum Games, it looks like it might actually be coming out this year. On Friday, a weird little live-action teaser trailer went live and showed off nothing aside from a bunch of weird live-action clips of some like torture-y science stuff that reminded me of the scenes with Blanca in the Street Fighter movie where they're just showing him a bunch of stock footage. We get treated to some flashes of the word Raiden and the letters TGT and a promise that something would be happening today, the 30th, on MetalGearSolid.com/Rising. And of course, today, that site is live and we get to see yet another video, which is entitled Make It Right, ARM. And it shows more of the same garbled live-action surgery stuff with some shots of an arm in there.
That's creepy.
A lot of syringes and knives and, you're never gonna be the same again, Jack. And it's, they're turning Raiden into a cyborg. We get it. We already knew he was a cyborg. What's interesting, though, is that what's on the website, in the upper left corner, we see a progress bar that says the decryption process is 6% complete. And below that, there is a console with a bunch of code in it, and at the bottom, there's an enter command field. And I am just dying to see how long it takes the internet weasels to crack this mystery viral cyber egg. I'm sure there's some kind of sneaky, secret, Easter eggy stuff in there. I know a lot of people are bitching about Metal Gear Rising looking nothing like the previous Metal Gear games, but I think that's kind of the idea. It's a Frankenstein monster, just like Cyborg Raiden is. And Platinum Games has proven themselves capable of making really good action games in the past, and I'm personally really, really excited just to see what the hell they're going to do with this title. I think anyone who's expecting a traditional Metal Gear game is setting themselves up for massive disappointment. But if you have a hunch, or I have a hunch that if you're expecting something really bizarre and weird and just crazy with swords and ninjas and stuff, I think you might be in for a treat.
That's what I'm always expecting in everything.
Expect ninjas constantly.
Not just video games, but life in general.
Yeah.
It's a good way to live your life. Although I am in constant paranoia.
It's your turn.
Anyway, so as much as I would like to talk about nothing except for the fact that there is a Midnight Purple 3DS coming out May 20th, guys, that unfortunately does not make for very gripping YouTube headlines. So instead, let's take a gander at the new Diablo III television ad that I'm sure you'll be sick of by tomorrow, if not already. Like most of Blizzard's official trailers, this one takes a decidedly more cinematic approach, showing glimpses of a frantic Leah in between scenes of rocks exploding and giant demons being really angry about something but not knowing quite how to express it. I mean, I appreciate Blizzard trying to get people hyped up for their game, but let's be real. They could have released a 30-second trailer of a cat pooping in a tailpipe and I would have shit my pants in
That would
excitement.
have millions of views. Or what are you kidding me? That's the internet. We live for cat videos and shit tailpipes and
Yes,
things.
well, that would be possible if I wasn't a girl, but as you know, we do not do such filthy, disgusting things. So, to sum up, Diablo III, May 15th. Also, Purple 3DS, May 20th. That's very important, possibly more important.
Dear
I haven't
God.
quite decided
That's
yet.
exciting. A purple 3DS, guys, if you didn't pick
I
up on it.
almost want to get rid of my Zelda one to get that,
That's-
but that would be a horrible
Don't tell
mistake.
me. That's terrible. So one piece of top secret video game information that I've been sitting on all week, it's been embargoed, is Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. As is sometimes the case, this is a game that is exactly what it sounds like. It is a sequel to 2010's Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, which in spite of being a stupid little kart racing game was received fairly well. In Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, as you might expect, the vehicles now transform! And
Wow.
this actually allows a whole new dimension to level design, and of course, you know, the courses now have water and air segments, and you can be in a boat or in a plane in Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it's neat. The roster of familiar Sega characters has returned, but with a few new additions. Most notably, Vice from Skies of Arcadia, I think I'm saying that right, and Gilius Thunderhead from Golden Axe, who people will probably know better as, hey, that cool dwarf guy with the giant battle axe. He also has the coolest vehicle ever because it's like this medieval catapult-looking thing that transforms into a friggin' sea turtle when he drives it in the water. Anyway, if that's not enough fan service, there's also a track based on Panzer Dragoon, which I'm sure people are excited about because that's a game that they don't put out enough games of. But anyway, I got a chance to play the game a bit, and whether you're a big Sega fan or not, it is definitely an enjoyable little kart racing game, and I got a chance to interview the design director from Sumo Digital, and we should be putting that video up sometime tomorrow over on our Rev3 Games channel. That's youtube.com/Rev3Games. But in the meantime, you should go check out Ryan Perez's preview of the game over on Destructoid.com. We got to race go-karts together. For reals.
I heard that was really fun.
It was super fun. I'm a terrible driver. And for those of you who have ever questioned my journalistic integrity, yes, I asked the big question. Why is Sonic the Hedgehog driving in a car when he can already run fast?
Ooh, girl, you are so controversial.
I went there.
What did he say?
I forget. I think he was like, because he wants it to be fair for the other people who can't run fast.
What a boring response.
Yeah, I don't know. Dr. Robotnik looks like he's out of breath just driving. But whatever.
True. Is it weird that I'm more excited for this than Sonic 4 Episode 2? Because I kind of am, a little bit.
Fair enough. That's okay, you know.
Anyway, moving on. Last week we told you guys about a contest that Destructoid was having where they were giving away 10,000 codes for the Spin Fuser gun in Tribes Ascent. Well, that contest has ended, unfortunately, and made way for a new and arguably better one featuring our own Mr. Destructoid robot head man guy. Isn't he cute? He's adorable.
He's a robot.
So Uber Entertainment, they're the guys behind Super Monday Night Combat, and they were cool enough to put Mr. Destructoid in the game as a special outfit for Carl, the cyborg character who thinks he's human, which is, I'd say, kind of fitting, huh, little guy?
It's pretty much what Mr. Destructoid does at events there. Just dancing.
No, they captured his essence perfectly. The gyrations are hypnotic.
Yeah, that dance is called the crotch.
Yes. Lesser known, one of my moves that I like to break out at some clubs. If you guys aren't familiar with this game, it came out on Steam a couple weeks ago. It's totally free to play, so you can go download it right now if you want. At first glimpse, you might think it's just a silly little third-person shooter, but it's actually a MOBA. So if you're into controlling minions a la League of Legends or Dota, then it's worth checking this one out. We got 25,000 codes for the outfit. I don't think that many people even watch our show, but they're here, and there's only one way that you can get them by visiting the World Wide Web page, destructoid.com/elephant/redeem_code.phtml. I'm going to try to remind myself to put a link in the YouTube description of this episode.
Hashtag purple monkey dishwasher.
Yes. But if for some reason I forget or something awful happens or I die or something, you can just go to Destructoid.com, and in the upper left-hand corner of the page, they always have a little thing about their current contests that are going on. So, yeah, check that out.
It's fun. Contests are good. Tara, Can you read a word from our sponsor, please?
I can certainly do that.
Thank you, Tara.
Carbonite protects your pictures and other files from a computer crash, fire, theft, volcanic eruption, pretty much anything bad that can happen ever by automatically and continually backing up your files and keeping them securely off-site so you never have to remember to back up again. Because backing up sucks, guys. Whether you have one or two, maybe even several computers at home or at your small office, Carbonite is simply the better backup plan. Over 1 million customers trust Carbonite to protect their home and small business computer files with plans starting at only $59 a year. That's $1 less than the price of a video game. And you can start your free trial at Carbonite.com with the offer code Destructoid, and you'll get 2 bonus months if you decide to buy. Again, that is Carbonite.com, and the offer code for 2 bonus months is Destructoid.
Go check that out. That helps support our show.
Yeah. Speaking of the show, back to the show. So if the last year or two is any indication, it seems like the hot new gaming trend is adding multiplayer to games that were previously single player only, and as of today, we can officially add God of War to that list. Sony ushered a few esteemed members of the press, Destructoid's Dale North included, behind closed doors last week to show off God of War's next big thing, which is apparently the addition of multiplayer. Who knew? Not me. I could not have guessed that. Obviously, one of the things the franchise is known for are its huge epic boss fights, and Sony is planning on incorporating those into the competitive style multiplayer, though the boss fights may not actually have a direct bearing on the story, though, you know, they'll add a little something fun. The game's director, Todd Pappy, was on hand.
I know,
can't
right?
say that without
It's
laughing.
a hard name.
He was on hand to show off a demo of the Execution Arena, which is a domination mode where teams of up to 4 players fight against each other before the dominating team advances on to defeat this giant Cyclops guy, and then he rips his lip open, and it's really cool.
It's pretty gross.
So this is one of the 5 big maps that Sony has planned for the game, along with 2 smaller ones to supplement. So we just kind of get a little taste of it here. But yeah, seems
cool.
pretty interesting.
It looks really good. In terms of game modes, they are talking mostly only about deathmatch domination and some variant of capture the flag. But Pappy, I'm sorry.
I feel like I'm talking about
I feel so
Grandpa.
bad. Pappy said there's a type of multiplayer that they can infuse with God of War. They're willing to give it a shot. They're kind of keeping some stuff under the wraps already. They're also planning training sessions to teach people the intricacies of the different modes. I think it's interesting. Obviously the multiplayer that's being shown off is going to be online only, and anyone hoping for split screen is shit out of luck. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting how they're doing this. It doesn't look like your typical multiplayer. I mean, because it's not really designed for multiplayer. I mean,
it could be.
I'll give them credit for that, because it looks like a weird cross between like a MOBA and like Smash Bros. Kind of like it's a kind of a strange setup, and I can't really make a whole lot of sense of it. But I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't give a shit less about multiplayer like this. I mean, I know a lot of people out there really love it, but it's God of War. It's known for being a single player game, and if multiplayer made any sense, they probably would have tried it sooner. And when they say that this is the most ambitious game yet, I'm willing to believe them, because they're putting a square peg in a round hole.
But they pulled his eyeball out.
It's pretty cool. It does look pretty cool. And I mean,
it
does look good. That's the thing. It does have that. It doesn't look stupid. It's not like they're just having them with guns shooting each other. That would be stupid, but I mean, it's making me feel less interested in a game that I was already kind of lukewarm about. And someone on Twitter pointed out that multiplayer gameplay is a great way of showing off a game's mechanics without giving away into the story, which is a very valid point. But to me, it feels like unveiling a car by showing off its tire and engine first. And there are a ton of people out there who can make assessments on a car's tires and engine, but it's just devoid of showmanship. I think it's really dumb how they're like, this is a God of War prequel that's gonna let us know what Kratos is all about and what made him the way he is. And then they're like, hey look, it's capture the flag and stuff. But that's just me. The multiplayer for Mass Effect 3 worked surprisingly well. What do you guys think? Tell us. We read the comments. Sometimes they hurt our feelings, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's interesting. I do think it's interesting that they've shown this off before anything else, especially since they've kind of adopted this nonchalant attitude about it, like, oh, we're just going to try it out and see how it works.
That's no big deal.
It's like, obviously,
it's just
though,
the most ambitious thing
this
ever.
is going to be the shining star of this God of War game, and they should just own up to that fact. I feel like they're kind of being a little reticent about, talking about it, maybe just because people might be so angry that they're adding multiplayer to this series.
It's stupid, because they've made a point of saying that specifically that single player is still their focus. What the hell is this? Like, what are they showing off?
I mean, it's true. They could just be showing this off to get people hyped about it, and also to not ruin any of the story. But
Yeah.
I'm sure they could release a
Anyway,
single player or
it's
something.
obviously
that
it's too early to
release
tell. We are just rampantly speculating about it. But that's our show.
Yeah,
That's our 300th
that
episode.
is all the time we have for today's show. I'm pretty wasted, actually. I filled up like 4 times
you're a
while the
lightweight.
camera wasn't showing. So yeah, before we go, you guys have been pestering us for weeks now on info about Guild Wars 2, and my precious children, we have listened.
You read your comments.
Sometime tonight, a video is going to be going up over on our Rev3 Games YouTube channel that our producer Zach made, showing off some highlights from last weekend's beta, I guess. So go check that out if you're interested or at all excited for Guild Wars 2. I think they really enjoyed it. And also go follow Rev3 Games on YouTube, and you tell them what else they should do.
Give me your wallet. No, you should follow us. You should follow us on Twitter. Give us all your wallets. On Twitter, I'm Max Scoville, and she is Tara Longest. And this show right here that we do is the Destructoid Show. If you want stupid observations, you should follow us. And if you want to actually keep up to date with the show, you should follow Destructoid Show. And if you want us to like you, you should do all 3. We will see you guys back here on Wednesday. We love you.
Taking this back.
300.
Thanks for sticking with us.
Abs. Sparta.